What's up, guys? It's yeah, boy, Arctic X Prodigy, back at it again with another video, and it's gonna be part two of what if if Naruto's Meliodas' reincarnation. The first one it did okay, it didn't do pretty good. I mean, it got 20 views, but hey, you got to start somewhere, am I right? So we left off as Naruto. Okay, listen. It's not gonna be a ship, but it's gonna be something like. You guys will just see. Okay. We left off where Naruto says, "I don't. I like. No, I dislike annoying little girls, but I like a certain Jonin instructor with red eyes." But he says this is for another time to talk about, and then he disappears. He body flickers back to his house, and then Ino says, I'm Ino Yamanaka, and my family runs the flower shop. I dislike the forehead of Team 7. I like, as she glances at Naruto that's in a tree. Naruto looks at her like, nah, fam, don't look at me. I said I dislike annoying little girls. I like a Jonin. Stop looking at me like that. He says this out loud as Kurenai looks at him. Then Shino says, I'm Shino Aburame. I like bugs. I dislike people who don't like bugs. And then Kurenai's like, okay, my name is Kurenai Yuhi. I'm a master of Genjutsu, and I dislike arrogant people. I dislike arrogant boys. As she glances at Naruto. Naruto smiles as if in his head he says, we'll see later. As Naruto body flickers to his home. But before Kurenai left said, meet at training ground 10 for your official bell test to become Genin. Then Naruto, we're going back to Naruto that's in a field in Konoha training. He's working with his demon mark on his arm with his Kamui and Amaterasu blade. He's practicing new Kenjutsu combos. As he finishes practicing with his Kenjutsu combos, he thinks, oh yeah, I'm supposed to go over to Kurenai's house. As he goes to Kurenai's house, he knocks on the door. Kurenai says, who is it? No answer. So she just ignores it. 3 seconds later, she hears. She says, who is it? No answer. She goes to open the door, but nobody's there. She says, that's weird. Must have been some kids just playing a prank. As she walks into her bedroom, she sees Naruto. She sees Naruto sitting on her bed, watching TV, just casually, like it's nothing. And she says, what are you doing in my house? Like, she says, what are you doing in my house? What the hell? As Naruto just looks at her and says, I told you I'd be by later. And she says, I didn't say you could do that. Get out. So you guys already know, Naruto is the reincarnation of Meliodas, so he took all of Meliodas' traits. Like, I'm talking about, he is perverted as mess, bro. Like, Meliodas would just go underneath Elizabeth's skirt out of nowhere. Like, yeah, he liked that. He cut like that. As he then teleports in front of Kurenai. Like, I'm talking about, his face is right in her. She says, get off of me. She punches him into a wall. And Naruto comes out saying, what'd you do that for? And then he walks right back up to her and squeezes her breast. As he says, these are nice. And then Kurenai punches him through a wall. She says, well, that wasn't necessary. As then Kurenai hears a knock on her door. Naruto says, you expecting someone, Kurenai? He says, it's Kurenai Sensei to you, Naruto. And no, I'm not. As she walks to the door. As she opens the door, it's none other than Asuma Sarutobi. As she says, Asuma, what are you doing here? He says, oh, hey, Kurenai, with some flowers in his hand. He says, I got these for you. And she says, thank you. And he says, I was thinking we could catch a movie later. As soon as she's about to say yes, she remembers that Naruto is at her house. And she was like, can't today. Sorry. Maybe some other time. And she thinks in her head, probably not. Asuma with a sad face says, oh, okay, just let me know, as he walks away in disappointment. Kurenai heads back to her room as her and Naruto, we're gonna do a time skip to the next day. It's the next day at 5 a.m. Yeah, y'all thought y'all was gonna get that, but y'all, whatever y'all think, they did think it, whatever. As they time skip to the next day, Naruto wakes up next to Kurenai. He wakes up, makes her breakfast, leaves it on the counter, and leaves to the training ground early to get some early training in. Naruto is there training, as he says. Black lightning cloak. As his body is just covered with black lightning. And then he says, Black lightning Raikiri. As he then charges towards a tree. He slices the one tree in front of him. But all the trees behind that tree fall. And then he takes out his Kamui Amaterasu blade, and says, Inferno style, Halo dance, and then slices with Amaterasu, slices of fire. Naruto finishes his training as Ino and Shino arrive. Ino is trying to be all up on Naruto, but Naruto's like, bitch, get off me. As then Kurenai arrives. Kurenai arrives, not saying anything to Naruto. But she is limping. Anyways. I'm just playing. Kurenai says, Welcome, Team 10. Today we will be doing the bell test. You three will have to take these bells from me. But there's only 2 bells. So one of you will get sent back to the academy. All of them are in shock, except for Naruto. Come on, he's the son of Madara. You think that something's like that gonna scare him? He'll kill this villain right now if he wants to. Naruto looks at her in her dead in her eyes and says, and rushes right towards her to try to grab the bell. But then he's put in a genjutsu, as she says, I did not say start yet, Naruto. Then Naruto's like, fine. The Naruto that she has in a genjutsu, there's another Naruto that suddenly hops out of a tree and looks at his clone just standing there. He's like, what did you do to my clone? As Kurenai looks over. I should have known. So then she says, ready, set, start. As Naruto, Ino, and Shino jump back into the forest thinking about a plan. Well, Ino and Shino are by themselves and Naruto's by himself. He's thinking about there's no way that one person can get sent back to the academy. There's no such thing as a team with only 2 Genin and a Jonin. It must be to work together. I think I know. He then uses Flying Thunder God. He uses Flying Thunder God. That he placed seals on Ino and Shino when they weren't looking. He used Flying Thunder God to Ino and then Flying Thunder God to Shino. As they discuss a plan, they think, okay, so Shino, you're going to create a distraction with your bugs. And then Ino, do you think that you could swap hands with Kurenai Sensei? She says, I don't know, but I'll try. Like, yeah, bitch, no, you can't. But still, try. And then Naruto's like, I'll finish with the finishing blow to where she can't move, and then I'll snatch the bells. Got it? Yeah. So Kurenai's standing in the middle of the field just thinking about last night. As she's thinking about, maybe we should do that again. And then out of nowhere, a swarm of bugs comes right at Kurenai. Kurenai jumps in the air with her kunai. As Ino then says, as Ino is in the air going right towards her with a kunai. They're like, what are you gonna call it? Shanking in the air with kunais, like chung chung chung. They're shanking in the air with kunais, and then they land on the ground and they enter like a taijutsu battle. Kunai is dogging Ino right now, but then Naruto, using like the freaking speed of Rock Lee with the third gates, running at Kunai with his sword, slices at Kurenai's leg. He slices it just enough to where she can't walk. And then Kurenai is about to leave. She jumps into the air as Naruto says, "Black fire style, Inferno flame bomb." This is a jutsu I created. So black fire style, Inferno flame bomb as a fireball the size of a freaking heaven concealed is coming at her at full speed. As she says, "I give up," Naruto disperses the fireball and then teleports behind her and snatches the bells off of her rear end, but also grazing her behind. As she blushes, Naruto throws the bells to Shino and Ino. As he says, "I think we passed Kurenai." Kurenai says, "Yes, you guys do pass." As they all head home, Kurenai says, "Wait," and they all look. He says, "Meet here tomorrow. We will do D rank missions for a while." As they all say, "Okay." Ino's like, "Yes, I'm a Genny. I'm useful finally, because you wasn't useful in the real thing." And Shino doesn't say nothing. He'll just walk away, just like always. The next day, they all meet at Training Ground 10. As Ino's like, "Where's Naruto?" As Naruto's sitting in his favorite spot in the tree, just looking up at the sky with his Rinnegan and his not shot in his regular eye. He's like, "Man, I miss father. I wish he would have taught me how to use this mark on my arm." As then he comes down and says, "Are you guys ready to do these missions?" He says, they all say yeah, and then Kurenai arrives. He says, "We will do 20 D rank missions today." And Naruto's like, "This is lame, bro." So he makes 300 shadow clones and they all complete 200 D rank missions. So Naruto completed like 800 D rank missions. And he goes back to Hiruzen saying, they all check in with the Hokage. And they say, "We've completed," or Naruto has completed 800 D ranks. Lord Third says Kurenai. He says, 800! Boy, he's almost choking on his pipe. Pause. The pipe that he smokes, guys. Anyways, Naruto says, "Alright." Lord Third says, "Alright. Well, I have another set of D-rank missions for you," as Naruto says. "Nah, fam. This is getting mad annoying. Can we please get a real mission?" He says, "A real mission? Naruto, these are real missions." He says, "Nah, these ain't real missions. Konohamaru and his squad could take care of these. But you making us catch cats. And my shadow clones are getting sick of it. And I'm definitely sick of it. Because whatever they experience, I experience. And I've experienced lameness 800 times. Because I've completed 800 missions with 800 different shadow clones, oh man." And he's like, "Okay, relax, Naruto. Since you want a mission, I will give you the A rank mission to go back up Kakashi and his team on the bridge." So what's so special about that? He says, "Well, Naruto, Kakashi has ran into Zabuza Momochi, the strongest seven ninja sword, not the strongest, but one of the seven ninja swordsmen of the Hidden Mist. He's a powerful opponent, and Kakashi requested for backup. So you guys will go back up him at the bridge. Understand me?" Naruto's like, "Yeah, got it, old man." As the team pack up and set off to the land of waves to go back up Kakashi's squad, Well, guys, that will be the end of this video. If you guys want a part 3, let's get this video to... let's get 5 likes and 10 views. Without that, Arctic X Prodigy, I'm out.